was going to do this video live, but I had to record it because I need to be able to share images with you in this piece. Otherwise, I would have done it live. And I've neglected, actually, some of the things that I've been meaning to share with you because I just keep doing live streams. So, this was coming. I just need to go ahead and submit to it. This, just go ahead. Right at the top of my mind right now is Lightbearer. Lightbearer, I didn't know you did videos. Now I have to fight you. How many times have I said to you guys, I'm saying it again, any of my people that follow me on this channel, if you do videos, holler at your boy so I can shout your channel out and I can follow you. I'd love to see your work, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, because Lightbearer, you mentioned, it was some comment and you said something that expressed to me that I need to click and see if you had a channel. And then I get over there and you got videos, girl. I'm about to fight you. Let me find out. And you're one of my strongest supporters. You feel me? So I'm like, how do I know this? All I can tell you is there may be unidentified people in black suits at your house tomorrow. I don't want to say too much. I shouldn't. I've already said too much. I said I wouldn't say anything. Anyways, I'm looking forward to getting into your work and see what you're doing, and I'm just excited about that. So there's that. I also want to shout out Khalifa of the Most High. Assalamu alaikum, my brother, because Khalifa said in response to the last live stream that I did, my passionate video about Ahmaud Arbery, and Khalifa, and I was getting on you all once again, saying that and pointing out our lack of unity and our refusal to be united and come together, etc., etc. And Khalifa said, we don't have time to put up a fight, to fight back, basically, because we're too busy standing in line for the latest Jordan. I loved that. Loved it. Because it's true, it was sarcastic, it was shady, it had all the ingredients that I need to love that. I love that. Thank you, Khalifa. Also, this is very important, everybody. I am going to include up underneath this video a link to a website called something. I just had it. Oh, Plandemicmovie.com. Alright. You will see the link for this in the description box under this. You're going to click on that link and go to that. And you can read everything that's there, but as you scroll down the page, you will eventually run into the video that I'm interested in you seeing. Reynaldo, shout out to you. Reynaldo actually shared it with me. It was an excellent find, Reynaldo. A lot of dots are being connected in this thing, everybody, about this virus. There is a physicist, scientist, researcher, know-it-all lady who is the centerpiece of this. I found her to be credible. She is giving you the history of the link between politics and bureaucracy and the HIV virus, and how they delayed treatment for that because they were trying to get their ducks in a row to make money. So for 2 or 3 years, millions of people were allowed to die when they could have given them medicine. The same thing is being pulled here, but there is a lot more involved in that. She also, I guess we'll call her some a whistleblower of sorts. She has had her house ransacked, Her husband's been harassed. She's been arrested, everybody, on absolutely no charges at all. And before I even go on or say anything else about it, this video that you're going to go to that page to see keeps getting taken down. White collusion, white evil, white allegiance. Because why would YouTube take that down? They're not Fauci and Trump. They're not the CDC or Human Health Services or FEMA. They're YouTube. Why are they taking the video down? My question is rhetorical, really, because it's what I've said to you a million times over the years that I've been on here. They're all one. They work in concert. You see? That's why the predicament of our people hasn't changed. Because they continue to work together to keep their overall agenda on everything in place, including as it relates to us. They continue. You see? But they want you to believe that things have changed and people are different and, that was old and it's not all white people and, and racism doesn't have anything to do with anything. And on down the list of vomit that they put out. It's all nonsense. And this is another testimony of that. So that it's been taken down several times. On their website, when you go to it, where you can actually finally see the video, you see them saying, this video keeps getting taken down, please continue to upload it and post it. Reynaldo shared it with me. Then I did a group text to a bunch of you all to share the link, which I'm sure is expired now because the last one of my buddies I was on the phone with earlier this evening, and we were talking about all the virus nonsense that's going on, and I said, man, I need to send you this link. And when I clicked on it, it said videos no longer available. So that's when I knew, oh snap, they did it again. They are the devil, everybody. And I'm clear about that, and I'm telling you, I'm the warner. I'm the warner. And I've told you, and I continue to tell you, you need to understand that now and start acting on that fact. You need to do that. You don't have time to second guess and any of that other nonsense. You don't have time. You don't have time. You don't have that luxury. This is what's going on. And this documentary that the link is for calls into question so many things. But the other compelling piece is that you see doctors from all over the country that have made very passionate public social media videos saying they're trying to, now you're going to watch it so you'll know how I'm misquoting and whatever, alright? I'm doing the best I can. But basically, in a nutshell, they're saying, the government is having us be a part of a pandemic that's not real. They're having doctors, let's say you go in with anything, you're ill. So that there can still be some real corona cases, and I'm using quotations, you'll know why when you watch the video. But it's not like what we're being sold is the gist of what one gets from this piece. That it is, the numbers aren't what they are selling us. And then also, if you go in sick with anything, they have incentivized doctors and the medical practitioners. They have incentivized them to diagnose you with corona. They give them $13,000, I think it's $13,000 to say, oh yeah, you have corona. Yeah, it's corona. All right. And then you get another $39,000 if you put them on a ventilator. We also now know from this information that the ventilator is what kills you. A lot of people, if you don't need a ventilator and you're put on a ventilator, ventilators will kill you if you're not a a proper recipient for a ventilator. So if you're healthy and you're put on a ventilator, the ventilator will heal you. You need to go and watch that. You need to go and watch that. All right, and you can come and leave your comments here on the channel because but I'm sure all of us will be curious to know what everybody is thinking and saying. So you leave your comments, here after you've watched the piece. I'm also going to tell it to you verbally, the link. So it's plandemicmovie.com. 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 All right. But as I say, the link is under the video. All right. Yeah. So, but just to finish up on that, a lot of what, even wearing the masks, everybody, what they're describing on there, and the washing of hands and all that stuff, I heard one doctor saying, and I don't remember if it was in this video or not, because I've been watching and reading a lot of stuff over the last weeks, really, but certainly in the last few days, but bacteria and viruses and the environment that we live in is all in harmony with us. It serves a purpose. It serves us. And so that we need these bacterias and things. That's what strengthens your immune system. And one doctor was saying that all this washing hands and wearing masks and stuff like that is now you're shutting yourself off from those things that normally challenge and strengthen your immune system, so that once they say, oh, it's all clear now, and everybody takes off masks and starts going back to doing their regular stuff, touching stuff, touching faces and touching surfaces and all that, suddenly you're going to have a major surge of illness. It won't necessarily be corona, but you have a major surge of illness because what you're doing in this particular time of keeping yourself so sterile is you're actually lowering your immunity. You're lowering your immunity. All right? That's the argument that one doctor was making. It's diabolical. Like I say, this is just another piece of the puzzle, really, because I think it's still bigger, because you've heard me since I even began talking about this subject. My conclusions and thoughts at any given time keep evolving, adding to new points of view, whatever, because it's shifting and moving. It's shifting and moving. I just think there's many tentacles to it. I think that it was certainly a man-made thing. In fact, the interviewer asked this know-it-all scientist doctor, is this created in the lab? And she said to say it's created would not be correct, but it's not from the natural environment. You have to see how she plays on words there. She's being very clever, and you'll understand why. But I just mention that because it backs up what I say. I know this is created in a lab. I know that this is the makings of white devils. I know it. That they unleashed this on the Chinese, and then I just don't know. I can only theorize about the rest of the pathology. Was there some cases that were because of people traveling to China and traveling back, or traveling? I can allow for that. But then when we saw the explosion in the African community, then that says to me, just like you gave it to the Chinese, you gave it to African people, And then you always look at what happens after and during a crime to establish motive. So that now, while we still don't have a vaccine, you are already opening up. And in many of the states and counties, we see them particularly targeting businesses and things that are in black communities and that are patronized by black people. You see, but I always tell you, you facilitate their evil. Just because you open something doesn't mean I got to come to it. I don't need to. You can be open. You can say we're open. We're reopening. That's fine. You open. I'm not. I'm not open. I'm not open. I'm just not. You understand? So, I always tell you, you have to control the things you can control. Just because they say it's open doesn't mean you got to participate. Like bite me. You understand? I'm Muslim. There's pork all in through this damn society, all day, every goddamn day, round the clock. I don't eat pork. It doesn't matter what you're gonna put in for. I don't do that. You understand? I don't do drugs. You can put me in a crack house and say you're gonna be in this crack house for a month. Fine, I'll be in the crack house, but I don't do crack, so it means nothing. I'm still the captain of my vessel. You understand? So it doesn't matter what you say or do. You don't run this. I do. This is me. You understand? I'm the king on this throne. And I'm trying to tell you the same damn thing. So what they're opening? You don't got to be open. You're not open. You understand? You still continue to do what you need to do to feel and be safe. Because I say it's the unknown. All of it's not trustworthy. So when in doubt, don't is one of the things that I live by. So it's all in question. If white people are speaking, they're lying. If they're breathing, they're lying. So we just can't trust them because our very lives are on the line, as they always are. You understand? And our life means nothing to them. So you got to care more about your own life. So you got to do what you feel and know to be best for you, period, the end. And don't just do shit just because the white devil has told you it's good to go now or whatever. We're not having that. We're just not. We're not having it. We're not having it. Not having it. So, you know, now, I'm going to be jumping around a little bit here because, you know, I spoke at length in that last stream about the murder of Ahmaud Arbery and the behavior of this devil. Somebody has made us aware, which I don't know now because of the way that the comments go. Some of you guys' comments, it will, when you leave a comment on the channel, I'm supposed to get an alert, and it'll be in my YouTube studio. And then also if I go to the channel, to the video, it should be in the comments there. Well, all sorts of things are happening. Sometimes people will leave comments. I see the alert. I go to click on it. It says the comment has expired. I haven't read it yet. It might be a minute. You know, I don't get right to comments, but I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be expired. Or it's no longer available, or something that says. And then I go over to the channel, and then the comment's not on the page. So I don't know. It's more white devil bullshit, everybody. That I can tell you for sure. All right. But my point is that somebody said to us that these two white devils that are responsible for the death of our brother Ahmaud, and I'll put up their picture now. Somebody shared that with us. Let's see, what else is on my list? Oh, so they've been arrested. And then also, you know, I said to you in that piece, during my rant, I said to you, you're also going to hear this, and I think I might have even said write it down, because that sounds like me. But I said you're going to hear this with regard to the Ahmaud Arbery case. You're going to hear this. Well, we don't know what happened before the video started. According to our brother, Reynaldo Wayne, Reynaldo says to me that he saw on Fox News the Orange Lobster was speaking, and he said that about this case. Not surprised. I know this devil, and you know him too. I was telling you, they play the same record all the damn time. It's just that we're not doing anything different. They play the same record and we still dance. We still fucking get up and dance. Instead of destroying the entire fucking record player. Speakers and all. And by the way, speaking of comments, shout out to CJ Stevenson, because CJ was mentioning that one of her comments didn't post. You see, so I mean, you know, things are happening. You understand? Things are happening. You know, Like I say, it doesn't matter if it's a pandemic or a fucking nuclear strike. The white man is the devil, and they're not changing. It's like roaches. Roaches don't change for shit. Like, they still roaches. They just are. They don't do anything else but be roaches. The same with these damn people. It doesn't matter if you got a pandemic or a nuclear strike, or it doesn't matter. Evil is their pursuit, and that shit goes on no matter what. No matter what. I told you. You look at any of the images of these protests across the country, people talking about, we need to open, and our rights. As soon as you hear rights, you know it's white people. And the only people out there talking about they're protesting to open shit back up is white people. Nobody else. As usual. The plague of humanity is the one bitching, as always. The shit starter on the earth, of course, is the one that's doing this. Of course. Of course. Of course. You're right. Shout out to Anuket. Salamu alaikum. And shout out to Tony Campbell, who said that the unarmed are called POWs. I loved that. Another shout out to Monica Bell, who you remember I told you guys that provoked that late night stream that I did about something that I can't remember now. But I was telling you that Monica was pretty much the focal point of that, because she was the inspiration for me to do that, because of what she had shared during the live stream. And then I did, a video. So, but anyway, shout out to Monica Bell. Shout out to Red Aquarium. Especially now because of what your comment was, and then what I was just saying once again about their damn collusion and their allegiance. You understand? To now try to hide the truth from the masses. You see, we'd already heard rumblings that they don't monetize videos, that if you talk anything about the virus, you can't monetize your video. White man's the devil, everybody. The devil. The devil. Righteousness is not the intent of these people. I've not seen it in my life. I just haven't seen it. If the opposite were true, I would articulate that. I would tell you, I'm not interested in my own opinions and feelings and philosophies. The truth is the thing that rules the day for me. That's it. What is the truth? What is the truth? The truth is, this do-rag is really not working out for me right now. That's the truth. Alright. A big shout out to Betsy, because with regard to the Ahmaud, I just said his name, to the case of Ahmaud that was murdered by these devils. Betsy did her jurisprudence and called the Liberty County DA office, alright, or emailed the Liberty County DA's office and had her say. So I love you for doing that, Betsy. That's what people do who follow the Jedi. You understand? That's what we do. That's what we do. You understand? Yes. Yes. I love you for that. I love you for that. And also with regard to Ahmaud Arbery. Yeah. Sunshine was saying, and shout out to you, Sunshine. Sunshine was saying that she believes there was yet another shooter other than just the White Devil father and the White Devil son And I think that's plausible, Betsy, because, you know, we know that the guy that was who filmed the video was in cahoots with them. He just was in a different car. He wasn't a innocent bystander or someone, a good Samaritan, just happened to, no. I told you his name is Brian Williams. He's with them. And so it's very possible that he could have taken a shot. Or even more than that, you know, when Ahmed came around the bend, this white devil filming was following him. The other devils were already ahead of him, waiting to ambush him. So there could have been other people up there that we just didn't see, you know. And then they're the ones that recorded the video. So, you know, yes. And I always tell you, any evil that you can conjure, I'm willing to believe it about them. Absolutely, because they've shown us, and they continue to show us, that evil is their pursuit, and they will do anything. Nothing's off the table. Yeah, so there absolutely could have been another shooter, you know. Absolutely. Also, it kind of goes back to what I was just telling Betsy, like what she did. Like, that's what people do that are followers of the Jedi. Like, yeah, you know, on the other side of that coin, you know, I've told you guys over the years, you know, my baby sister, my half sister, you know, she, it's the opposite. Sometimes I have to sit down and ask myself, are we really related? You know, I know we are, but I'm just saying, like, but I've even said out loud to her at different times, how is it that I'm your brother and you're doing X, Y, and Z? How is it that I'm related to you, me? You know, it'd be different if somebody else was related to you, but me. I'm related to you and you would do X, Y, and Z. So this is another example of that. You guys know that after Monique came out, what was it, a couple years ago, whenever it was, I don't know when it was now, when she was having the whole thing with Netflix. And I got on telling my people, then we need to get rid of Netflix. Save that, whatever it costs each month. Save that. And stand with our sister. I got rid of Netflix that day and haven't had it since. I mention it now because my sister has Netflix. You see what I'm saying? She's never given it up. I'm over it. So, you guys know I have the book, Becoming, by Michelle Obama. So there's also a documentary on Netflix of the same thing, all right? And so I watched it using her account. Thank you, please. And it brought back a lot of memories. You know, but why I mention her now is because I want to say to my people, you know, it's important that you got to keep revisiting things. Just because something has happened in the past, it's not over. You have to go back and revisit that so that you stay cognizant of the entire puzzle and the flow and the stream of what's happening around you in this environment. So this was that for me, you know, to go back and to hear her own words, their experience, the interviews that she's given to young people and things like that, you know. It just reminds me, again, it brings it right back to today, whether it's the virus or this murder of our brother Ahmed, you know. Devil, white devil, white devil, you see? They share the same hand. all that she and Barack had to put up with from these damn people? You know, I told you that the, in fact, I've mentioned it several times, but I told you that, you know, here the Orange Lobster is in office, and we don't hear about no death threats. No death threats. Yet Obama had more death threats than all previous presidents combined. And that was just in his first presidency, his first term. You feel me? You see. And Obama, the White House, when Obama and Michelle were in there, there was one day, I think they said it was 7 shots actually hit the White House. I knew about that, and I mean it was lightly reported back when it happened. You know, it was like wall to wall, like it would be if we were the proper people that we should be. You see, because when Obama was elected, 5 minutes later they had a tea party. This white devil gets elected, we should be out there 5 seconds later with all kinds of issues and problems and objections. You see, but my point is, had we been the radical savages that they are, and any of our people had shot up the fucking White House, it would be plastered. It would be plastered. But like I say, white people are all the same. They all agree, whether they say it out loud or not. They agree. They agree. They agree. They agree. You see? They agree. And certainly, any of the high-impact corporations or individuals even in the country definitely going to fall in line with a certain narrative on everything. So, she mentions that again about the White House being shot up. And it just made me think once again, something that I say and will continue to say. We don't have any responsibility or obligation to try to do anything at fucking all to make white people feel comfortable at all. That's first. We don't got shit to do. We don't give a fuck about what they think or their fucking feelings. You need to be over that. And the other big thing for me is it's 2020. We don't need to educate their ass about shit. Because even in this country, there's a presumption of knowledge of the law. You can do anything, any type of infraction or anything in this country, and go into a court and say, I didn't know, Your Honor, and they say, ignorance of the law is not a defense. So we make the same assumption with fucking white people. You treat them as if they have the knowledge, because they do. They like to play dumb. How is it that in 2020 we're still hearing shit like, well, you know, we just have to have conversations about certain things. No, the fuck we don't. We don't need to. We don't, and we're not going to. Because first of all, we have a conversation about anything, any issue between parties. There has to be acknowledgement in order for there to be reconciliation. I've said this a million times. You can never have reconciliation without acknowledgement. It doesn't matter who the parties are, what their relationship is to each other, or what their dispute is. You can never have reconciliation without acknowledgement. That means you need to acknowledge your shit. And I need to acknowledge mine. But that's the issue. Because that doesn't mean each party has an issue. It can just be one motherfucker is just wrong and fucked up. And they're the ones that need to acknowledge their shit. And the other person doesn't have any work to do. That would be us in this scenario. We are guiltless. You understand? We don't got no issues. All of the shit is with them. Period. And you will never have conversations because they don't ever like to fucking be wrong. It's like their hair falls out. So right there, you can't move forward to reconciliation because you have one fucked up party that can't acknowledge. So that's fine. So we move on, but we don't have any fucking educating to do. So we lose terms like unconscious biases and all the bullshit. And we need to have a conversation. There's no such thing as unconscious fucking bias. I know if I hate your bitch ass or not. And there's no conversations to be had. You understand? Because knowledge and information is widely and readily and instantly available. So you treat them the same way as the law would treat you. An assumption that you know what's going on. And you act thusly. Period. That's what we're going to do. We don't have the time or the energy to be expending over their bitch asses when they're just fake as shit. You assume correctly that they know exactly what's going on in any situation or moment that arises or event or personal interaction or whatever. You understand? Give you something petty, like just you know, a white bitch touches your job, touches your hair at work. First of all, that's assault. Anybody touches you at all, touches your person in any way at all, is an assault under the law. That's assault. If you're offended by it, that's an assault. It just is. You see? So after she has to pick her teeth up off the fucking ground. You understand? You don't need to go, well, you educate her about, you know, black people don't like to have their hair touched. We don't have any more educating to do. Those days are over. That shit stops right here. No educating fucking white people. There's nothing to educate their ass about. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at fucking all. Nothing. So, you know, Michelle said something powerful. I wasn't really going to talk about her because it's just, but anyway, she said something about, you know, the fact, you know, she is Princeton and Harvard and all that, and she's the trepidation and nervousness she had about when she first got accepted to Princeton. And then when she got there and realized that some of these people that are there really are just some bullshit, like, in other words, to put it in just simple language for everybody, just like you think that this is like, oh my God, you have to have all this, and you have to be brilliant to go to Princeton and all that, you know, and so she was and is that. But then you get there and you find these white motherfuckers that are there, they just as dumb as fuck. They just got there on legacy or family name or money or something else. You understand? Like, they don't fit the bill. They just don't. But she said something profound. And I can't remember out of the context in which she said it, but it was around this issue, I believe, when she said that she was just saying to young people, and to everybody really, but with a focus on young people, she was saying, you know, I've been at all of the powerful tables in the world. I've been at all the powerful tables in the world. I've talked to kings, I've talked to dignitaries, I've been at the tables with CEOs and, you know, billionaires and blah, blah, and she just went down the list. And basically she was saying, basically it's just not all cracked up. You know, like, don't ever think that, don't buy for the okie doke that you have to be all this to be, you know, it's not what it's cracked up, what you're being sold. Just get your game up and do your thing, and you'll be fine, you know. I know that inherently because even since I entered the workforce when I was 15, you know, I'm not someone who is impressed by people or things easily at all, and I absolutely hold firm that no one on earth is greater than me. There is no one greater than me. There isn't. And so that's always been a natural part of me and who I am. So when I've been on jobs where, you know, the big wigs are coming in, or, you know, some big bosses or somebody's coming in, everybody's, ooh, you're supposed to be on your P's and Q's and you're supposed to strike all this fear. I'm unbothered. I'm not impressed at all. That means nothing to me. Nothing. And I've seen it in jobs that I've been in where the big people come in and you have one of two reactions. I've had both reactions. I have people that come in and they see I'm totally not impressed with their shit and I really don't give a fuck about who they are. And they find that refreshing. then there's another one that they're disarmed. They don't even know how to handle that. It's just like, you should be kissing my ass right now, and you're not. I don't know how to feel about this. And then there's the ones that can see that you're not impressed, and they get a little bothered about it. And I don't give a damn either way. You understand? No one is greater than me. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one's greater than me. You understand? So I'm just not impressed, you know. And I think early on, I was my first official job, because I had other jobs before my official job at 15. But my first official job, I worked at a fast food chain, and it was a corporate store, and the district managers were coming in, you know, and it was a regular fucking day for me. Like, you know, even my boss was, you know, nervous because of my reaction to them. You know, he's dapping his brow and probably peeing his pants and everything else, and I'm unfucking bothered. And it just put him even more off center, because I guess he thought maybe I could say or do something that would be offensive or would strike the district people wrong. And oh my God, you know, like, I'm not impressed by stuff like that, dude. I've just always known since I existed on the earth that nobody's greater than me, and I'm not impressed with your shit. I'm just not. I'm just not. And that's not something I even have to work at. It's very easy for me. Like, I'm unbothered. I'm unbothered, you know. And to that point, a little bit to the point, it's a little off, but I think it's still in the same universe. To any and all haters that will come to this channel and try and type any bullshit, first of all, I don't give a fuck. You need to hear that clearly. And know this, as I just articulated, nobody on earth is greater than me. There is not a single human being that's greater than the Jedi. I am it. You understand? And so, to that same point of no one being greater than me, no one has any power in my realm that I don't allow you to have. And I will never give you any power, so therefore you remain my slave. Know this. Know this. Know this. You remain my slave, because you don't have any power that I don't give you, and I'm not giving you a damn thing. You understand? I'm not even going to spit on you in a drought. Now, this next part I'm doing just because I've had these damn pictures on my phone forever, and I'm over it. And I just was going to delete them, and I'm like, no, you have to. And I go, no, I don't need to. The energy has shifted now, and I'm over that, and I don't need to, and no. But the universe is saying, no, Jedi, you need to go ahead and do that. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to submit to the universe. It's always right. I'm going to play now. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this logistically. But my intent, my goal, is to now share with you, because I did this some time back, where I compiled, and this doesn't even scratch the surface, everybody. This is the lazy version, really. I mean, I think that would more accurately describe it, really. Because I did a version of this some time back when I was just over it, and I brought you a compilation of pictures of companies and television shows and still shots of where it's proving the point that every fucking thing on TV in the American goddammit universe is black and white. Just gratuitously. It doesn't matter how long the ad is, how short it is, what they're advertising. If they're not advertising something, it could just be an informational piece. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, they're making sure they're pairing up some black man with a white bitch, or vice versa. We see more white bitches with white men, but we definitely see black women with white men as well being sold to the masses. We reject that shit out of hand. reject that. Because I also have brought you empirical evidence in the past showing you that interracial couples, A, they don't last. They don't. Because you need someone that's like you. These people are nothing the fuck like you at all. At all. At all. A zebra knows a horse is not like it. A zebra knows that. You never saw a zebra and a horse canoodling. Not going to see it. They know. The parakeet and the eagle know they're not. We don't canoodle. We don't get down. We're birds, but we don't get down. You see, and so this is where you've made the mistake. You see eyes, a nose, 2 arms and 2 legs and hands and feet. Oh, looks like a human. So they're just like me, and so love sees no color, and fuck all of that. You're nothing like this savage. Nothing. Nothing. But I bring that now because I've shown A, that those relationships don't last because they can't. And when they do, it's an aberration. It's an aberration, and it gets some kind of media attention, or it's some kind of a special attention, because it's not the norm. The other thing we know is that children that are produced from these relationships immediately have all sorts of medical issues that they are more prone to. Medical. Additionally, they are absolutely more prone to alcoholism and drug abuse, addiction. These mixed ass fucking kids. You see? Black people give birth to black children. Period. Not shit else. So, so I did a whole compilation of these quite some time back. I needed to. I always tell you, I can show you better than I can tell you. And I also know the power of images. So, I've talked about it even since the time that I did that before. Because it's something that's happening constantly in society every single day. It's something that does come up in my conversation, etc., etc. But it dawns on me that, no, you need to show them some more pictures again, Jedi. Because you still have people listening to you that they're wandering aimlessly through life and they just not understanding, they're not getting it. You understand? So, I don't know if I will play some and then talk, or I'll play them and then talk. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I don't know how I'm doing the logistics and all that right now. The main thing is to get these images in front of you. All right? So, what I've tried to do is I'll start with whatever the company is, or whatever it is they're advertising, and then the series of pictures after that would be what they used for that ad. So if you see like Martha Stewart or some bullshit, then the picture you see after that will be what was in that ad until you see the next one. You see, because I'm trying to distinguish for you. Oh, this is another one. You know, oh, and this is another one. You see, and maybe I will do that, and then I will just do a dissertation and clarify, on the other side. For now, let's just get started. All right. Here are the pictures. Let's go. just a snip. It's just a snip. Because I could go for as many hours or days, really, that I wanted to, if I wanted, of nothing but back to back to back to back. This is on purpose, and we should make this a #1 priority to find out why. From a savage, racist ass bunch of people that we know don't like us and are daily physically violent towards us and trying to kill us off. Why in the hell would you have them canoodling up with us in these shows and advertisements and so forth? That's right up there with there's your arch enemy from high school or college or something. You never liked them. You fought. You burned their house down. They burned your house down. Whatever. You've just never gotten along. And now it's your wedding. And there they are. Uninvited. Your #1 priority would be to get them the hell out of your damn wedding. That's what this is. Why, we ask? Why? You know, I have some preliminary hypotheses, you know, that one offering that I would give is it's a long-term strategy. You see, a long-term game whereby they believe somewhere deep in their hearts, potentially, that the day is coming where we are coming for their white asses, like all out mayhem. And the more of the younger generation that they can infect and deprive of the knowledge of their evil and their true identity as it relates to African people, then they can dwindle that. Goes back to the kid that I played for you the other day, that's supposed to have been a friend of Ahmaud's. It's not, it's not about race. That's the one that should have been shot, not Ahmaud. You see, it's always the wrong people dying. I've always said it. It's always the wrong people dying. Just the wrong people when there are people that need to die. So, that is one offering to try to infect the minds of our younger generation. Seduce some of the older ones into, when they turn on the TV, going, look, it's all fine now. That's another offering. A third offering would be genetics. That this third one ties to the first one. Not only infect the minds of our younger ones, but let's get that DNA mixed with ours. And let's have these kids. I told you before the break in there that one of the things I didn't mention was, and I brought you evidence of this in the past, like articles and everything, showing you that their own data shows that interracial kids also are predisposed to mental illness. Like they're just crazy. And that immediately rang true whenever I learned that, because it's always the mixed kids that's in the principal's office getting in trouble, going to jail. There's some empirical evidence, I think, that I've witnessed my own self to back that up. But this is concerning. This is concerning. By the way, I want you to know that that montage that you just saw, everybody, was a lot of work. You know, I always tell you, people are just used to the outcome of work. Poof, it just appeared, it was done. No, I just busted my ass to present that to you. Because first of all, I had to take pictures of the images on my television. Then I have to transfer those to my limping ass computer that I can still actually do, that I still get files, I can still get the files on. And I had to line those up. Because the order in which I took them, you know, your phone just is just storing them into your phone. So I got to find out, wait, which goes with what? Does this go with what goes, you know, and remember what ad is what? That was a lot of work. I need you to understand that. That was a lot of work. And then to give you the clear identification at the beginning of each one so that I could delineate it for you, make it very clear for you. A lot of work. I mention that because this next portion that I'm going to show you is a lot of work as well. Because once again, I had to take a bunch of pictures. But I can show you better than I can tell you. You see? And oh, by the way, shout out to Khalifa of the Most High. I promised my brother that I threw down a challenge, really, I guess. But I said, let's get together, Khalifa. Let me interview you. And, you know, I will make a promise that if this white devil sends out this stimulus money, and I get a stimulus thing, then I would get my situation taken care of, so I would have internet and a computer. I need you to know that I should be in place before the end of next week. Could be Monday, but we'll just say by the end of next week. All right. And it's also important to mention now too, because the quality of my pictures and all that, everybody, I know it is garbage, but that's not the most important thing. In fact, it's barely relevant, quite frankly, because what we are interested in is the information. Like for some of these pictures I'm going to show you now, it's just not possible to get a good quality because I'm dealing with the lens on my camera and the television. You just can't get good pictures, you know. But I have taken, and this took me longer than the stuff I just showed you with the commercials and all of it. But I have to do this because I told you when I spoke about the 4th anniversary Grammy tribute to Prince that I had a lot of issues with that. The first one out the gate, I said I was, you know, we don't ever hear of a 4-year celebration of anybody. It's too soon. Right after they die, you have, you know, some celebration and tributes, maybe the first couple months, give or take, just, you know, and then after that, no more, until at least 10 years. So we already had tributes to Prince. And just before that, this now Grammy tribute to Prince, there was the actual Grammys that was on this year, where Usher paid tribute to Prince with Sheila E. and everybody, and it was fantastic. So why do we need this 4th, you know, the Grammy celebration of Prince? To me, I say it's signaling to the cabal, the powers that be, the insiders, that, yeah, we now have control. We've got his music. We have it. Because it was way too many white people performing his music, which should never be happening. You cannot take someone's music and make it your own, like a Prince. You can't. And if you had heard those songs only by those people that were paying tribute, Prince would have never been the artist that he was, and nobody would care that he died. Nobody. It was awful. But not only that, not only was most of the people paying tribute to him white, but most of the audience was white. And I did my best trying to take pictures of this now. So when you see big shots that I'm showing you in these pictures that I'm about to show you, forget how clear or blurry they are or what the quality is. Just know that, oh, that means we're seeing nothing but white people. All right? And there was, the audience was 99% white to a artist who was a black man from Minneapolis. Nah, it doesn't ring true. It doesn't make sense. Because you had Earth, Wind, and Fire was one of the groups paying tribute to Prince. Morris Day and the Time was paying tribute to him. Mavis Staples closed it out with Purple Rain at the end. Her, that chick, Her. What a dumb name, dude. I mean, even whatever it means, that's fine. But just for people to have to say it, it's just, it's stupid. Like, it just strikes me as stupid. And I just mean that as a intellectual observation, not necessarily shade or to be mean. It's just stupid. It just is. But anyways, Her, she did the thing. But my point is, at John Legend was there was enough, the people I just named have huge followings and are major people in the black community. So when they show up, some of their demographics should show up. So the audience should look like the performers. Instead, it was 99% white, the audience. And I told you, I believe this audience was staged because it had the same characteristics about it as the audience from The Masked Singer. I'm going to show you the audience from The Masked Singer, and I'm going to show you the audience from this Prince tribute thing. It's interesting, I should note, that when they played Usher's tribute that he actually did at the Grammys, when it was him and Sheila E. and whoever, you know how many times they cut away from Usher's performance to show anybody in the audience? One time. And that was to show John Legend and his wife. Usher did, I think, 4 Prince songs. Kiss, Little Red Corvette, When Doves Cry, and something else. I feel like. He did about 4 songs. Not once they cut away from Usher to show the audience. Why is that important, Jedi? Because why I have so many pictures of this damn thing, this Prince tribute, and I didn't go the full 2 hours, so this isn't nearly, and in the time that I did get, I didn't take a picture of every single thing. I was only taking the pictures to make my point, because there was things I didn't need, because that's part of my point. So the fact that these pictures exist is because they kept cutting away to the audience, cutting away to the audience, cutting away to the audience, which was staged. You had people, I told you before, you had people that, you're at a Prince tribute. That means this whole thing, the venue was rented and supplied and everything was for Prince. You had people you had vast majority of the audience that didn't know the lyrics to the songs. That was also suspect, on top of the fact that the audience was absolutely staged. And I went into what I know about television and blah, 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 and you can go back and watch that video. All right. You don't know the words. Why don't you know the words? And then they would show these, you're going to see pictures, but they had everybody black is with somebody white, whether they're male or female. It's got to be with somebody white. Every once and again, they'll throw you in a black couple. And sometimes they look like they may or may not be together. You see, another phenomenon that I've been noticing over time is that sometimes they'll show a black male and a white male. I think it's kind of a soft homosexual suggestion. Because when they show a gay black dude, he's just clearly a queen. But I'm seeing a lot of, we don't know. But why are they there? And why are they focused on them? So I think it's part of their diabolical evil. Remember, these people are the devil, everybody. And you need to understand what evil is and how it expresses. You understand? So, we see that. That happens. And then you have groups of black women with no black male. You see, because anytime you see a black male, he must be with a white bitch. That's standard. Or he can be by himself, surrounded by a bunch of white people, and maybe a white bitch just there, but you don't know if they're together or not. But definitely don't put a sister next to him. All right. These are the things I want you to be watching for as I display the pictures, so that you could see. You see, this isn't just advertising and television shows and movies and stuff. This is down to even this, how they show audiences, everybody, how they're putting people in audience. Because remember, when they show the audience, this isn't random. When you're in an arena, and when I say arena, I mean you could be your living room. It could be your school gym. It could be a Super Bowl stadium. It doesn't matter. A movie theater. When you are filming an event, for certainly something on stage, for television, you have any number of cameras in different locations. You can have fixed cameras. You can have high 8 cameras that are flying all over the place. Then you also have the handhelds. And that's usually the guy, and there's a guy behind him with the cable. And he's also there to make sure he doesn't fall. So that guy can just focus just on filming. Alright? And they've already mapped out with the director of photography who's filming what and what blah blah blah. They've maybe spoken with the show producer as to an idea of the flow of how they want it shot, and what shots are most important, and be sure you get this, and you know, this will be your cue to fade to black when I say this, because they have to know when they're going to commercial and these sorts of things. But you also have someone that is in control, who sees the shots of all those cameras wherever they are. Camera 5, camera 8, camera 10, whatever. Go for camera 8, boom, and they switch. So before they even show this black person with some white bitch canoodled up with them, or whatever scenario, or whatever variety of the scenario that I just finished laying out for you, whichever one, they've already now are ready for that shot, and the control says switch to them. Boom, then you see it. You just think stuff is just happening on TV. It's just happening. It's just happening. It's just happening. They show that and then they just show that. No. Somebody called that shot. And that guy is the gatekeeper. Because nothing gets out or on unless it's through him. You see? And then they have delays and all that kind of stuff, and they can edit in camera. So if something is seen that they don't want, then they don't switch to that. Maybe you're acting out. You think you're on TV. You're acting out, or you're going to do something when the camera is on you. And you think the camera's on you, and they're filming you, and they're not filming you. They're filming you, but that footage isn't going to be used because they've already called a shot for a different camera. You see? So that camera's actually shooting right now. This footage will probably still be there, but it's not going to be used. And then the director of photography and the producers have the option of, no, we're not going to use that. We'll use the shot from camera whatever instead, because maybe this was just a bad shot. Maybe you weren't acting out. It was just a bad shot, or the person or that camera person wasn't in place at the time that they called their camera. Camera 3, go for you, and boom, they weren't ready for their shot. Sometimes they'll radio back and go to camera so-and-so, we're not in position yet, you know. So, my point of laying that out is to show you that every single one of these is on purpose. So, every single one of these pictures you're going to see, the camera was there, and somebody called it and said, shoot that. And then, it was used and is being projected to everybody that watched it, or however many countries this was seen in. So you need to understand that. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start as I lose my voice. I'm going to start with the Prince tribute. Again, the things you're looking for is in each shot that I'm going to put up, and I'm trying to leave each one up long enough that you can have time to see it. But you see the anomaly that's there. You just see black man by himself surrounded by white people, black woman by herself surrounded by white people, white man or black man with white bitch, or black woman with white man. I mean, we're not seeing like, oh, there's a black family, you know, oh, there they are, you know. Nah. It's to the point now where when I do see what I call now a whole black family, I tell you guys, I talk out loud to the TV. I go, oh my God, a whole black family. A whole black family. Like, I literally say that out loud to the TV. Alright? So the things that I've described for you, that's what you're going to be seeing in the shots. Because I'm starting with the Prince thing, just know that when you see shots which just white people, I could have given you a billion of those. So like I say, 99% of the people in the audience were white. This was just to illustrate that when you see those shots, it's not just the people that are most in the frame. You can look beyond it. You can see that far as I can see, it's nothing but white people. I'm trying to illustrate by showing you those certain pictures that how white it was. This tribute to Prince. It was white. This is like, nah. That's a problem, and it's on purpose, because by its very nature, a tribute to Prince is going to automatically be mostly black. It just is. It just is. And even when you have somebody like Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer that ever lived, the most famous human being ever recorded in human history, and Michael's audiences always look like the entire world. But guess what? People of color outnumber white people, and it was always like that at Michael's concerts. So even if this was a Michael Jackson concert or tribute, and it was nothing but white people, that would still be suspect. It would still be suspect. Because we're the owners of talent and music, even if not on paper and in business, we own it. So that makes this also suspect. Because also when Morris Day and the Time came out, the energy of the white people completely changed. They were struggling to find shots to shoot people. Because they already didn't know most of the words, or any of the words to Prince's songs. And then they were kind of looking at Morris Day when they came out like they had no idea who he was. White people were just standing there like they didn't know who he was or what to do. If you take that Prince tribute, Grammy tribute to the Prince, go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. And you will see the Jedi tells nothing but the truth. So, we'll start with the Prince tribute. I'll run those pictures. I don't know how many it is. It's a bunch of them. I'll run those. And then I may or may not come back before we go into the Masked Singer. But I start with the picture that lets you know this is the Prince Grammy tribute. And when that finishes, there'll be another sign that says the Masked Singer. So you see that picture. So you know that you're now on those pictures. If I don't come in between the two. If not, then I'll come back in at the end. Alright? Let's go. Now, you see, the lighting might have been different because they were in two different venues, but the agenda is still the same. By the way, that last picture, the very last one before I came back, it was not only just to illustrate the black dude. You had the white dude in the foreground, but then there was a sister that behind him that had like two, or that was basically in a pit of white people. So essentially both of them were in that same situation. But this is the same thing. And again, anytime you see groups, you never saw any groups of brothers. No groups of brothers in any of this. No groups of brothers. But when you have any groups of Africans, it's black women, 3 or more, and no black man. You see, just like earlier when I showed you the clips from the commercials, etc., etc., the Ellen piece, she had 25 people on her little, I don't know, Zoom or whatever they use now. You know, because everybody has to do their show from their house, which I'm over it. They just go off the air. Like, all these, there's no show that's doing their show from home that it's like, oh, that's a good idea. It all looks like nonsense and bullshit to me. I hate every single show. Every single one. Like, just go away, don't do a show. Anyway, but there she had 25 people. 20 or 25. Now, one black male. And they were so pressed to get across the interracial bullshit that they actually put up the same people up twice. How is that possible on a Zoom or a Skype or something? If I'm video conferencing with you, how am I able to have you up twice? How? But there you had the two black women. I don't know if this was mother and daughter or sisters or whatever, with the big fat white man. There they were. Twice it was up there. Go back and watch. I put up the thing to tell you it. And I always, anytime I put anything for my audience to read, I make sure I extend the time value so there's enough time for you to read it comfortably. You don't got to be hurrying, because I hate when anybody puts up anything on a screen or on television or a movie or something like that I'm supposed to read, and you didn't leave it up long enough for me to read it. I hate that. So you never get that out of the Jedi. If I put that up on the screen for you to read, I give you time. I give you time. I give you time. But anyway, so no black male with the Ellen thing, and then whoever the comedian or actress or whatever she was that was doing the little skit, and I think they ended up going to somebody's house or doing something for Ellen or something, I don't know. But there she was with the black male. He's carrying a fucking purse. That's the image of the black man we get. You know, the envy over our penises is legendary and current. So let's see. Well, quick, give him a purse. Quick, give him a purse. Because without that purse, that's a strong, tall African man. Potentially desirable by white bitches. And we can't have that. Even though they're salivating at their glands for a black penis at any given moment. At any given moment. They want it. They do. And I was just going to share a story with you. I'll wait. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Anyway, so that we see this consistency. If you have the black man, get rid of the black woman. If you have the black woman, get rid of the black man. You see. And I wish that if you have that Prince tribute on tape, then watch it, because one of the guys that I showed, black dude in like a gray suit, I think he was. I mean, he was a disaster area dude. Total disaster. And he couldn't dance. He had no rhythm. Later, when Morris Day and the Time is on stage, they show him at one point, and I don't know what he was doing. If it's possible to look worse than white people trying to dance, this was it. Never before seen in the history of mankind, but there it was. There it was. There it was. I'm over it. You know, as I say, this should be front and center for us as a people. Everybody, we need to know why this is. You know, because as it relates to the commercials, you know, they don't just appear on television. Somebody wrote that ad, presented it to the executives. If they have an in-house agency or an outside agency, we have to find that out. But somebody produced the ad, wrote it, presented it to the decision makers. They go, we like it. Somebody casted those commercials. Casted it. And by the way, you get a commercial, that's residual income for a minute. Especially you get something like Burger King or some of these companies that been around, they're going to be around, they're going to run that ad forever and ad nauseum across the earth. You're getting a nice little check. But there it was in the Burger King ad. Back to back, two couples. Black man, white bitch. While they hate you. While you're the last one to get unemployment. While you're the last one to get a job. While you're the biggest threat. While you're the first one to get your YouTube channel demonetized and shut down. They love you so much they want to put you in all their commercials and on their television shows. They just love you so much. You can't have both. You can't. You can't. You see? And when you do, that's a problem. That's an anomaly. And I was telling you, an anomaly is the stench of conspiracy. Stench of conspiracy. Like shit that would just never otherwise happen. And there it is in just continuous. Something that would normally be an anomaly. And there it is looking like just a pattern. That's a conspiracy, homie. It's the very definition of conspiracy. Speaking of conspiracy, let me pull this up while I'm talking about this. But, so, we need to understand that these things don't just appear. I always tell you, especially on television, anything that's on television, everybody, was placed there. It was allowed. Even if it was a housefly, you weren't going to know that housefly was ever there unless they decided you were going to see it. You understand? Nothing happens spontaneously. And when it does, they quickly go back and make that shit what they want it to be. Because I suggest to you that even though some of the media was aware of the conspiracy, the inside job attack that happened on 9/11/2001, some of them, with a need to know, certainly knew. But you had a vast number of them that didn't know. And if you watch the footage from that day as it was happening, reporters and anchor people were talking just like you would expect people to talk. And then it all changed. Building 7 goes down on live television. Dan Rather. Was it Dan Rather? Or Brokaw? I feel like it was Dan Rather. I don't know. Because it looks like those videos we see when somebody strategically places explosive to take down a building on purpose. Then you catch him a few weeks later, he was like, denying conspiracy theories and talking shit about people that thought anything outside of the official story and the bullshit. I can't, dude. I can't. But my point is, nothing happens on TV without them controlling it. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Where is this damn thing? Is this it? Oh, I need to do this right now as I'm thinking about it, because if I don't, I won't remember. Okay, I already told you guys. You're going to go, I'm going to put it up so you can write it down. This is what you need to write. HTTPS. I really need you guys to write this. Like, this is, I'm not playing games. Alright? HTTPS, or screenshot it or something. Then a colon. Then // plandemicmovie.com. You should be able to go to www.plandemicmovie.com also. Alright? Alright, so, but anyways, when you do go there, this is what you're going to get. Alright? And so that you're going to scroll down until you get to the video. This is the video that they don't want anybody seeing. That's what you're going to watch, homie. That is the goal. That is the truth. Alright? And, more than that also, let me see, is it further down? You keep scrolling down. Alright? Damn it. If you keep scrolling down from the movie, from the video, then you get to this. And that says download part 1. It says download part 1 here. Alright? When you download it, then you have it on your phone. Because right now the video is so big you can't see it. Like, it's too wide, it's too big. It's too big. So, but then when you download it, I'll just do it right now in real time for you. Download. Just a second. They might have already done something to it and you're seeing it in real time right here. I'll do it again. Let me see. Okay. They are really serious about this, dude. They do not want you to fucking see this. I already have it on here. No, it's on here. I have it on this phone, my good phone. So maybe it's something with this, because this is a piece of crap right here. It just is. All right. So maybe it is something with this one of why it won't do it. But you should be able to download it. All right. But my point is, once you download it, then you can save it into your. Mine goes in my gallery. All right, and then it's the regular size. You can see the whole thing. You feel me? But I want to read you what it says here. Coming summer of 2020, prior to the completion of the full-length documentary, we'll be releasing a series of vignettes. The first installment features renowned scientist Judy Mikovits. That's the chick, everybody. This has become so much more than just a documentary. This is humanity's chance to stand for free speech and integrity in all sectors. Please join our community and help spread the message. Alright? Then there's a place for you to click to sign up. You put your email address and you can sign up. Alright, that's fine. Now, Then I scroll on down. There's the video. All right. By the way, I'm just going to see if the video will play on their site right now since I couldn't download it this time. Stand by, y'all. Okay, yeah, it's coming up. It starts with the fair use. And it's starting to come on. Okay, so that's fine. Right, the video still plays on their site. Alright, so you get to the video, and then I'm going to scroll on down, and I'm starting to read. Our videos are being taken down every minute. We appreciate your support. More coming soon. In an effort to bypass the gatekeepers of free speech, we invite you to download this interview by simply clicking the button below. Then upload directly to all your favorite platforms. Alright? About the film. Humanity is imprisoned by a killer pandemic. People are being arrested for surfing in the ocean and meditating in nature. Nations are collapsing. Hungry citizens are rioting for food. The media has generated so much confusion and fear that people are begging for salvation in a syringe. Billionaire patent owners are pushing for globally mandated vaccines, which I told you that the very first video I ever did about this bullshit. I said, we're not taking no vaccines, everybody. We're not doing it. We're not. I don't give a damn. And I don't have a lot of confidence and faith in my people on this issue, particularly with my women, because you are so readily, once you have babies, you so readily go and give them up for those fucking shots they tell you they got to have in order to go to school because you want to get them out of your hair. You're the problem, and then later down the road, you want to be the one out there bitching, well, they just need to do better with education. And no, you're trying to run away from your child and leave your child's education to somebody else. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. So, I'm not real hopeful on this. But you're taking your life into your own hands. You take one of these fucking vaccines. Because that's what they want. So they can make billions, trillions actually, hundreds of trillions. Billionaire patent owners are pushing for globally mandated vaccines. Anyone who refuses to be injected with experimental poisons will be prohibited from travel, education, and work. No, this is not a synopsis for a new horror movie. This is our current reality. Let's back up to address how we get here, how we got here. In the early 1990s, America's first billionaire, John D. Rockefeller, bought a German pharmaceutical company that would later assist Hitler to implement his eugenics-based vision by manufacturing chemicals and poisons for war. Rockefeller wanted to eliminate the competitors of Western medicine, so he submitted a report to Congress declaring that there were too many doctors and medical schools in America and that all natural healing modalities were unscientific quakery. Rockefeller called for standardization of medical education, whereby only his organization would be allowed to grant medical school licenses in the U.S., and so began the practice of immune suppressive synthetic and toxic drugs. I want to stop and say this before I go on. He standardized medical education. You see? You understand that your doctors don't spend even 5 minutes on nutrition in medical school? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? So you could be in the hospital for cancer, being treated for cancer, and they'll bring you something from the cafeteria that's exactly in conflict with your healing. That's first. Second of all, it backs up what I tell you. Obviously, if they're standardizing medical education, it's based on their white ass. You need to do your own study and make sure that your doctor treats you as an African. Because we're not like this beast, biologically or any other way. You need to be clear about that. You need to be clear. By the way, more of our kids need to be going into medicine, so we can ensure that we're getting the care as Africans that we deserve. Once people had become dependent on the new system and the addictive drugs it provided, the system switched to a paid program, creating lifelong customers for the Rockefellers. Currently, medical error is the third leading cause of death in the U.S. Rockefeller's secret weapon to success was the strategy known as problem reaction solution, end quote. Create a problem, escalate fear, then offer a pre-planned solution. Sound familiar? Flash forward to 2020. They named it COVID-19. Our leaders of World Health predicted millions would die. The National Guard was deployed. Makeshift hospitals were erected to care for a massive overflow of patients. Mass graves were dug. Terrifying news reports had people everywhere seeking shelter to avoid contact. The plan was unfolding with diabolical precision, but the masters of the pandemic underestimated one thing: the people. Medical professionals and everyday citizens are sharing critical information online. The overlords of big tech have ordered all dissenting voices to be silenced and banned. You see, that's why they keep taking down their fucking video every time they upload it. But they are too late. The slumbering masses are awake and aware that something is not right. Quarantine has provided the missing element. The missing element. Time. Suddenly, our overworked citizens have ample time to research and investigate for themselves. Once you see, you can't unsee. I love that. And you know, that's very important what that paragraph just said, because that's so true. You know, so many people are just caught up in the rat race. They're just a soundbite. That's all they get. You try to have a conversation with them, they just start regurgitating shit that they heard in a soundbite. There's no independent study. There's no personal knowledge. It's just what it is. But now people have time. You understand? The window of opportunity is open like never before. For the first time in human history, we have the world's attention. Plandemic will expose the scientific and political elite who run the scam that is our global health system, while laying out a new plan, a plan that allows all of humanity to reconnect with healing forces of nature. 2020 is the code for perfect vision. It is also the year that will go down in history as the moment we finally open our eyes. I love that. I love that. I love that. But you have to watch the video, everybody. And so go there and like I say, if you're not able to download, I think it was just this raggedy ass phone because it's nothing but problems. If you go there and you're not able to download it for some reason, then just watch the video that's on the site here. You know, it's bullshit just because it won't fill out the screen. And, you know, if you have a PC, then you're good to go. Or if you have a tablet or something that's bigger than one of these damn things, then you're good. You feel me? But it's just on a regular phone. It's like, nah. So, but it doesn't matter because the information is what is important. You know, there's some visual stuff that you want to see, but just know that it's not the most important thing. All right? It's just not. So I wanted to make sure I got that in. To make sure you go to that. And I will type the link in the description under this video. Because when I was going to try to capture it, the link itself. It doesn't even give me the link. It doesn't even give me an option to just get the link. I don't know if it's my technology or what, but I can't just get the link like you can on most every web page or site or anything. You just get the link and put it in your tray. I couldn't get the link, so I'll have to type it. All right. But this is very important. This is very important. It's very important. But do not fall for any of this vaccine bullshit. If and when they come down the pike with that, no fucking vaccines for African people. Give a damn. And, you know, just something's off about all of this. But they answer a lot of questions in that video. They tie a lot of the dots together. That's why you got to see this. You have to. You have doctors that are speaking out on this damn thing. There was one other thing. I'm jumping all over the place now because I wanted to make sure that, because whatever. There's a couple pictures I want to put up now because it's kind of like a bookend to the commercials and then the audiences that I showed you. And I'm just showing you this to say, this doesn't help the situation either. All right, let me put this up now. Obviously, the first one was Chelsea Handler, who is a real white woman with real peroxide in her hair, and those are really her roots growing in darker. The other one was a man-ass bitch named Wendy Williams wearing a fucking wig and proving what I have been saying to you the few times that I speak about her bitch ass, because I cannot stand her at all. The sight of her makes me vomit. But I think she's doing this, I think it's called glutathione. Let me just look it up. It's an injection, y'all. It's like an IV. What is glutathione?
According to Healthline, glutathione is an antioxidant produced in cells. It's comprised largely of 3 amino acids, glutamine, glycine, and cysteine. Glutathione levels in the body may be reduced by a number of factors, including poor nutrition, environmental toxins, and stress.
It's not that. It's something else. Liquid IV used to lighten the skin. Skin brightening. Glutathione 4. I knew it was glutathione because I've heard it. I heard it. I knew it. I read it. I learned it. Glutathione. Skin lightening. 4. 1V, right? And the treatment have dangerous side effects and blah, blah, blah. Alright? IV drips of glutathione, a powerful antioxidant naturally found in our bodies, is most notable. Its most notable side effect, however, is lightening the skin by deactivating the enzyme tyrosinase, which helps produce melanin. Glutathione, bitches. I know what I know what's in my brain computer. I know it. Anyways, that's what the bitch is using. That's what Wendy Williams is using. And she can sit up there with her, I have Graves' disease, and her eyes are bucked out like this. The bitch is on crack. She's on coke. She's on pills. She's on meth. She's, who knows what she's not on. And she looks like a fucking Springer Spaniel. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And that was the perfect picture. There was another picture that I was going to show you of her on her show, but it's from some time back where she still looked more brown, you know, like she did when she started, you know. When they show old video and pictures of her from her radio days, she's clearly a brown woman, you know, on the light side, but not yellow even. She's just brown, you know. And now she's a white bitch. I don't know when the last time she wore a dark wig. It's blonde, blonde, fucking blonde. She's obsessed with white people. That's why she's on TV. That's why. That's why. And she always makes sure to talk bad about whoever Massa wants her to talk bad about, and be against whoever Massa wants her to be against, and all this other shit. You feel me? Fuck her, dude. She's just there to play a role in dumbing down the masses. That's why she exists. And to forward this alphabet bullshit. You know. Notice when she told gay men to stop wearing our dresses, stop wearing our clothes, and stop trying to be us, you're not a woman, and this and the third. That dusted up for about 5 minutes and went away. But they can drag some shit Kevin Hart did 50 years ago and bring that back and make it like it just happened 5 minutes ago. You feel me? Oh, he's heterosexual, Jedi. So you can't even, but see, so you're out of line. But you're out of line, Jedi. But you're out of line, though. You're out of line. You need to cleanse. So that's what we're dealing with. But you see, she looks like a white woman there. Nothing less. And we're not supposed to notice. Fuck Wendy Williams and the bitch that gave birth to her. I'm over it. Anyways, I think I've covered everything that I came to speak with you on, everybody. If I didn't, then I'll have to get to it in the next round. Also, when I talked about Michelle Obama, I forgot to mention to you, because when she first started her book tour, I mentioned this to you because I wanted everybody to be aware of this. Like, I didn't want this to be missed on my people. That here is a woman that's touring stadiums that Michael Jackson would sell out with pyrotechnics and lighting and smoke and dancers and all that. She's selling out those same stadiums talking about her book. Never been done before in the history of mankind. This is unfucking precedented. Do you understand? She sold out the O2 Arena. Do you understand? The arena that Michael was supposed to be opening up in when he did This Is It. A book. No one has done this. And were she not an African queen, it would be the biggest story. It'd be the biggest story. If it was a white bitch, it'd be the biggest story. Because that's, you don't just sell out stadiums to talk about a book. No, nobody's doing that, everybody. Nobody. Even Deepak Chopra and people like that don't sell out stadiums like that to talk about a book. They may have a seminar or something they're giving. That's different. This is just, I'm going to come out and talk about my book with somebody's going to interview me. The same as if you was on the Today Show or Oprah, but millions of people show up for you for a book. I need you to really understand how powerful that is. I need you to really understand how powerful that is. She's the most popular first lady ever in the history of this bitch. Had to get that in. Anyways, I don't know what today is because I don't have any sense of time now. But I will say that my intention is to speak to you live on Sunday at some point. I know that the main thing I wanted to try and get done on Sunday before the week begins is laundry. So that's going to be a priority, but I'm hoping to get that done early, and hopefully I'll get a chance to speak to you on Sunday. Meanwhile, go and watch that link, everybody. You must do that, because I'm going to talk to you about that in the live stream. Alright? And so you want to be prepared to speak about that. You understand? And I will know if you haven't watched it. I'll know. I'll know. So don't ever try. Don't ever come before my throne and try to fake it, because you will be exposed. Don't do that. Don't embarrass yourself. So, inshallah, I will see you all on Sunday. Also to Yah, who was trying to donate. Again, I'll just put the links down below. You can go to the Cash App. I'm the Jedi 1814 on Cash App. The Jedi 1814. And also the link for the GoFundMe is in the description box underneath the video. Alright? I'll see you guys on Sunday. God willing, I'll see you live. I love you all. This is the Jedi.